Let's finish out our examination of probability problems with number 25. A two-digit number is to be constructed at random from the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Repetition not allowed. All right, so we're going to take these numbers, and we're going to form two-digit numbers at random. But repetition will not be allowed. So it says, find the probability of getting a number, the number 33. Well, what would be the probability of getting 33, of forming 33? Well, if repetition is not going to be allowed, there would be no probability of that. It would be impossible to do. So the probability of getting the number 33 is 0. What would be the probability of getting the number 35? Well, there's only one way to make a 35, so there's only one success. But now the key is, how many outcomes are there? Well, the first time you form a number, you have 6 choices, don't you? But then, when you form the second digit of that number, you only have 5 choices because you're not going to be allowed to repeat the first number you chose. So there's only 6 times 5. There are 30 total outcomes. If we were going to allow repetition, then that would be like rolling 2 dice, wouldn't it? There'd be 36 outcomes. You'd have 6 possibilities for the first digit, 6 possibilities for the second. In this case, we only have 30. 6 possibilities for the first, only 5 possibilities for the second digit. Well, how many of those are going to be the number 35? Well, just one of them. So the probability of getting 35 is 1 out of 30. Probability of getting 35 would only be 1 out of 30. Now, the next question is, what's the probability of getting a number, the sum of whose digits is 10? Well, let's think about the numbers whose sum of their digits would be 10. That would only be 46 or 64, right? There are only those two-digit numbers that we can form out of those 6 digits that would have a sum of 10. So that's 2 out of 30, or 1 out of 15 is the probability that we could get a number, the sum of whose digits was 10. Part D said, what's the probability of getting a number whose first digit is greater than its second digit? Okay, whose first digit is greater than its second digit. Well, if the first digit is a 6, then you can form what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can form 5 numbers when the first digit is a 6, where the first digit will be greater than the second digit. If the first digit is a 5, then you've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers you can form where the first digit is greater than the second. If the first digit is a 4, you've got 1, 2, 3. If the first digit is a 3, you only have 2. And if the first digit is a 2, there's only one number you can form where the first digit would be greater than the second. So these are all the successes. And again, if you're forming two-digit numbers, you only have 30 possible outcomes. So that gives us a what? 5 and 4 is 9, 1 is 10, and 5 is 15. 15 out of 30. Or 1/2 of the time. Half of the time you would expect to form a number whose first digit is greater than the second digit. And then the last one. Find the probability of getting a number less than 24. Getting a number less than 24. Well, numbers less than 24 would be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's 5 numbers. And then what? 21 and 23. So 2 more numbers out of the 30 numbers you could form. So the probability of getting a number that was less than 24 would be 7 out of 30. So here's some more examples of probability where we had to do some counting and do some examining of what are the possibilities when we're forming numbers like this.